Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 17th expansion-packed episode of the Switch It Up Show. I am your host today, Seth Trav, joined as always by our friend Glenn. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing super well today, sir. How about yourself?
I'm doing really well because it's one of the sweetest 17s we've ever had because it's our end of summer blowout episode where we're going to be reviewing two big-time summer-feeling games. It's going to be RBI Baseball and Buggy Racing. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for those reviews. They are coming up at the end of the show in our Let's Play segment. But first, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to let it roll a little bit, as we always do. Hopefully you're cruising somewhere, back from some sort of vacay, digging our track. Anamanaguchi. Love it, everybody.
You can find the link in the show notes.
That's right. Be sure to click on the link to get yourself some Anamanaguchi. Right now, we're going to dig into our inventory. That's right. It's the segment where we're talking about what we're playing on the Nintendo Switch. My dude, I got to tell you, I've been playing a lot of SteamWorld Dig 2. I love it. We got an early cut. And I haven't been able to put it down.
Awesome, dude. I'm really excited to be able to play that. I've actually never played a SteamWorld Dig game before, so this is going to be a new experience for me. I'm excited. I'm excited to check it out, for sure, man.
I had so much fun with the first one because, as you know, I am Basic Boy Gaming. That's Boy, B-O-I, on the Twitter. I do a lovely little segment on our YouTube show where it's a very basic game. You play it, you enjoy it, you see if you like it. Lord knows we love it. And I love SteamWorld Dig because it's very basic. You know, it's a lot of just like upgrade your pickaxe, keep digging, keep collecting things, keep going through little doors, little puzzles here and there. A lot of fun. This one, tons of fun. We're going to review it in an upcoming episode, so I don't want to talk too much about it yet. Also haven't beat it yet, but great game. What about you, my man? What are you playing?
Oh, well, before I go ahead and jump in into what I'm playing, I just want to take a minute to put you over, sir, because if you hadn't had a chance to go check out Basic Boy Gaming, in all seriousness, you definitely should. Here on the Preach Network, we work on 1, 2, 3, I'm gonna say 2.5, because I'm dropping the ball a little bit on Tales from the Crypt, but I have notes set up that I made yesterday, so there'll be a new one of them coming soon, so don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen. But it takes a lot of time and effort to be able to do these shows, record them, put them out, in iTunes, promote them through social media, come up with new stuff, bounce ideas off each other, and to kind of just keep it up. We're super. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it takes time. And my man Seth Trav has gone out of his way to not only join me on all of these shows, but also over on his YouTube, Basic Boy Gaming, he's got Let's Plays on there. So he's recording video. He's got commentary on there. Anytime someone takes the time to do something, for somebody else, because my man's not getting paid to do this. He's doing it for the people.
That's right.
Go check him out. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. But give him a shot, man. Because anybody out there trying to do something, you gotta give him some support.
Hey, it's tons of fun. If you like the game Until Dawn, we've got the full playthrough there. We've got it with one of the good friends of the show, Ashley Carefree. Good chick. She makes soap. Check her out. Had a ton of fun playing through that with the ladies. Listen to us freak out playing Until Dawn. We're stoked for the prequel to come out. Also, we've been going through Sonic Mania. Lord knows we got to do that. And of course, all the great games in Basic Boy Gaming. We're going to be going on to episode 5, I believe, tomorrow. So look forward to that. It's going to be Friday the 22nd of September. Man.
Definitely excited for that. So in preparation for one of the games we're going to be reviewing today, Buggy Racing, I went ahead and got myself a little bit... I kind of dipped my toes in the water. That is Mario Kart 8. And that game
back into it, huh?
Well, because Beach Buggy Racing is like definitely, I feel like, inspired by Mario Kart 8. And you know what? If you're gonna be inspired by a game, Mario Kart's a good game to be inspired by for sure. And Mario Kart, it's still awesome. It's a bunch of fun. The online mode, like, I almost like never hit lag in that like at all. It pretty much just pops right up. I do wish there was a little bit more like variance in how some of the vehicles controlled, because I feel like if you really want to win, you have to be on a bike. At least that's how like been my experience with it. But I still have a lot of fun playing Mario Kart, man. It's a great game, and if you like Mario Kart, definitely stay tuned. Hear what we have to say about Beach Buggy Racing, because you know what, it's no slouch itself, sir. I gotta say,
Truly isn't. That was a lot of fun. Don't want to get into it too much yet, because we're gonna be going into that a little bit later. Right now, we got to roll into the next segment. It's the Potent Power-Ups. It's the news, ladies and gentlemen. It's what's happening in Nintendo Switch. Big thing going out right now. Got to mention it. It's Netflix. It seems like they're ready to go. I've been hearing that Netflix is ready to just pull the trigger. They're just waiting for approval from Nintendo.
That's the word on the street, sir. I think it would be awesome if when Netflix finally shows up over here on the Switch, because we definitely need some type of like apps. Like, it is way past due in terms of being able to have some of these things available on the Switch. Where's our virtual console? Like, where's all our streaming applications? Like, this thing is portable, and you can prop it up like a screen. Like, this can be a lot more than just even though it's an amazing gaming machine, like, it has the capability to be more than that, and that's awesome, because right at the price point that it's at now, like, depending on what your needs are, like, maybe it might kind of lean someone to pick up a Switch instead of maybe getting like a tablet, and Nintendo can't seem to sell enough of these. Everybody wants one, so make it appeal to the masses. Get that Netflix out there.
Exactly, man. Especially this being such a portable console, something that I tend to have on me almost as much as my phone. I don't like to watch Netflix on my phone. I don't have one of the pluses. I don't have an S. I don't have a Note. I've got, I don't have a Pixel. I got the standard, iPhone 6, which is big. But, a screen size like the Switch, I feel like it's much better. It's going to be a better viewing experience. And I've always kind of got headphones on me, so I can just pop those in real quick. These days it'd be good to have that, especially when I go over to visit my girlfriend, because she's always doing something on the PS4, typically a Doom 3, things like that. Final Fantasy's coming out. Of course, she loves those. So being able to play Netflix off of my Switch would be a great thing for me. What's the next bit we got? Wolfenstein 2. The Switch trailer came out, huh? Did you check it out?
I did, sir. I did go ahead and check it out. I'm super excited that Wolfenstein and Doom are coming out on the Switch.
Very much in the vein of Doom.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely
same time
in the same
frame
style.
Those games are coming out. Same dude running amok against some otherworldly type creatures. FPS, some of the first, some of the best. Now, interesting thing about this is I keep seeing these comparisons between, like the PS4 versions and the Xbox One versions and the Switch version. The only thing I'm really seeing is that, like, it's just not quite as dark. That's about it. Like, the shadows aren't quite as dark, which, does take a little bit away from the depth of it. But overall, it's stunning how the transfer is going over to the Switch.
Yeah, man, it's going to be interesting to kind of see how well it holds up against some of the other versions. One of the biggest things about like at least with Doom on PS4 is, or on even on Xbox One or any other consoles, it's so fast, So I'm anxious to see.
Frame rate.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see if the Switch can either meet that, or like trick me into thinking that it's meeting that without being like too glitchy. But I'm excited. I got faith, man. I'm sure Nintendo wouldn't let them put it on there if it was going to be horrible, because everything with the Switch has been so positive. But I'm excited, dude. Wolfenstein's a good series.
Yeah, big fan of Wolfenstein. We'll see how it does later this year, next year, on the Switch. But now, ladies and gentlemen, of course, it's time to roll into Press Continue. The new releases coming out on the Switch this week. It's a big week, big time for games. Of course, one of the first games we want to mention is SteamWorld Dig 2. My dude, I love it. I'm chomping at the bit for it. I've been waiting for it for a while, since I found out it was coming out in like July So having this out finally, again, I don't want to talk too much about it because I really dig it. We're going to review it on an upcoming episode. But it's a great game. Really glad that it's out. Next one we got, another one we're going to review on an upcoming episode, is Thimbleweed Park. Do you know anything about this one? Because I thought that this was like almost like Silent Hill.
You were absolutely correct, sir. It definitely does look a little bit like that. I was mistaken when we first talked about it, in our private lives. In Thimbleweed Park, a dead body is the least of your problems. A haunted hotel, an abandoned circus, a burnt-out pillow factory, a dead body pixelating under the bridge, toilets that run on vacuum tubes. You've never visited a place like this before.
Whoa.
5 people with nothing in common have been drawn to this run-down, forgotten town. They don't know it yet, but they are all deeply connected, and they're all being watched. Yeah, I'm super excited to check out Thimbleweed Park. It's kind of done in the vein of like point-and-click adventure game, super retro looking. I love the theme of it. Reminds me a lot of Maniac Mansion on Nintendo.
Yeah.
If you guys, a little throwback there for you. If you like Maniac Mansion, if you like Sam & Max, go ahead, check out Thimbleweed Park, $19.99 on the eShop, and we're going to be talking about it in a near episode. Near? Soon? An episode soon? Whatever. Soon.
Upcoming.
That's the word. That's the word.
Soon to be released episode.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
Yes.
Hit me with another one.
Next one coming out this week, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Lego Ninjago. Ninjago, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. I haven't seen the Lego Ninja movies. I watched a little bit of Bionicle, obviously, because Bionicle's where it's at, but not too, into the Ninjago Lego stuff. I think I might have seen one episode.
Okay.
Vacation somewhere, I was in a hotel, I don't remember why.
I actually haven't seen any of the Lego movies, despite like how everybody says they're really, really good. I did pick up Lego Worlds because I like that like open world idea of it, where you can kind of just like build stuff and go anywhere. I thought it would be cool to mess around with. And with the pre-order, I think it was like $24. I was like, that's a pretty good price, to get my hands in like my first Lego game. But don't really know too much about Lego Ninjago. I haven't seen the movie, but this is definitely one of those tie-ins. You should definitely check it out if Lego games are your thing. But we are still not done, Mr. Trav. As you know, we are always like just drowning in releases here on the Switch. Why don't you go ahead and hit me with another one?
Dude, the next one is probably the biggest one this week. It's going to be, and probably the biggest title, I guess, since Zelda to come out on the Switch. It's going to be Pokken Tournament DX. That's the deluxe version of the Pokken Tournament. It came out on the Wii U, I believe. Not your standard Pokemon game, Pokemon fighting, where you play as the actual Pokemon, not the trainer, and you kind of fight. It's an interesting fight system. It's not really an RPG, but it kind of is, like an action RPG, almost. How would you describe it? Have you played it?
I never ended up grabbing it for Wii U. It always kind of seemed just like it was like almost like a Pokemon type Street Fighter inspired game. I didn't realize there was more of a role playing aspect to it.
A little bit, like you have more of an option to like level up certain things. It's hard to tell from the gameplay videos I've been watching exactly how it goes, because they make it seem like it's really easy, and it seems a little turn based, but still not really at all. It's really hard to say. Check it out. Let us know. I might be getting it soon. Who's to say?
Awesome.
Pokken Tournament. Another one that you'd think I love. It's definitely my genre. It's Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Huge online, open sort of MMORPG fighting style Dragon Ball game. Set in the Dragon Ball Xenoverse universe, where future Trunks is protecting the timeline from weird aberrations and time kais and stuff like that. Super weird, but you do get the chance to make your own Dragon Ball character. You can have one carry over from the first Xenoverse game. Surprisingly enough, I don't like this game. I don't like the Xenoverse series. I, years ago, spent big money on the first Xenoverse game that came out. Dropped those bills. Fliff, I said. I had to have all of it. Storylines, the whole nine.
You did.
Not worth it. Not worth it at all. It's just not a fun play style for me, especially in a fighting game. Super stoked for Dragon Ball FighterZ, though. That should be the game of the year.
Wow. Game of the year? Look at you, man.
Fighting game of the year.
Okay. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to go ahead and add a honorable late mention to this one because, they just don't quit over in the eShop. The last thing that's coming out this week is Soldum Drop Connect Erase. It was $29.99. And Mr. Trav, this is it's an arcade classic, they say. This game has been refreshed with updated graphics and gameplay, but retains its arcade charm with its catchy music and unique style that have been fan favorites for many years. This seems like it would really, really be up your alley. It looks like it is. It's like another one of your gym matching games.
Lord knows I love them.
Although, it's a little pricey at $30 for one of those.
I can't justify that kind of money on a gym game.
No, you certainly can't, sir. But it's very colorful. Maybe if that's your thing, go ahead and check it out. It is in a physical and digital copy, so that's kind of cool.
That's always wild.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Well, sir, it's time for probably our favorite segment. That's Let's Play. It's our review time, where we're going to be talking about the big time end of summer blowout. Fall is almost here, ladies and gentlemen, so we wanted to talk about the most summer games that we've been playing, which just happened to be Beach Buggy Racing and RBI Baseball.
Yes, sir.
So let's go into it. I want to talk about Beach Buggy Racing first, because I love Beach Buggy Racing. I think that was a great game.
I had a lot of fun with it, man. I really did. When I was checking out the pictures of it before I even went ahead to pick it up, you definitely think Mario Kart.
Absolutely.
And that is, it's a tall order, man, because they take a lot of, they borrow a lot of the mechanics where you're just going around for a few laps. There's power-ups in the middle that you grab them and they cycle through randomly. You can use them to attack people. Maybe they're like a boost. There's like a jump. There's not really like a drift, which I was trying to.
Yeah, no drift.
But that's okay. And
everybody's got a special power up. Each one of these characters that they can drop down on an opponent anytime during the 2 laps. You only get one.
Yep.
Of your special moves. The dude you start with has a boost. The next one you unlock has like a row of flowers that follow behind them, almost like a long oil slick type vibe. Very cool, very interesting, very cartoony characters. You can unlock different cycles, different beach buggies. You upgrade them as well. You earn coins by getting stars and all your things. Music was really fun, really cool. Mm-hmm. Really dug it. It really fit the vibe, and the levels really fit that kind of toony end of summer beach buggy, good time vibe.
It controlled like a beach buggy too. As you were, as you were going around the turns, you did feel the momentum of the cart. The cart would shake. I never tipped it over, but it felt like you definitely could.
You could. It almost seemed like you could tip over the beach buggy.
So I feel like they kind of nailed that. And if they're gonna, take a stroll down the same street that Mario Kart calls home, I feel like they definitely did a good job. I feel like they held their own. The controls, like I said, it does feel like a beach buggy. I did feel like it was a little stiff. It wasn't necessarily hard to turn, but I felt like I don't know, just it didn't feel quite as smooth as like a Mario Kart does, or like another racing game. It just seemed like a little bit I don't know, just a little rough. It wasn't bad, it wasn't hard. It was just not as responsive as I would have liked. But that being said, after a couple races, you're kind of in there, and I really like how at the end of each cup you kind of have to race a racer one-on-one, so you can recruit them and get them to join your team. I thought that was really fun.
Really nice touch.
I really like Beach Buggy Racing, man. I think it's a good, just fun game. Maybe if you're a little bit younger and you're not quite ready for something like the intensity of Mario Kart, or if you just really like kart racing games and you're looking for something that has shades of Mario Kart in it, I feel like Beach Buggy Racing, you could. There's a lot of racers out there, and you could definitely do worse. I feel like this game excels at what it sets out to do.
Mm-hmm. So what do you give it, man? Hit me with that score.
I had a good time while I was playing this. We were fortunate enough to be able to review, a lot of games on the Switch, and the ones that I really just I'm playing where I kind of forget that I'm reviewing it and I'm just having a good time. I would definitely put this one up there. I'm giving this a 4.5, man. I had fun.
Dude, that's what I wanted to say as well. 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this though. I want to preface that with I would actually put this above Mario Kart 8 DX.
Wow, you like this more than that, Mark?
I do. I would give Mario Kart a 4.
Oh wow, what about this? To each their own. I don't What about this did it for you?
What's doing it is that it has a lot to keep you playing. The only reason I give it a 4.5 is because it is a little easy and you can kind of finish it quickly.
Yeah.
I feel like I got done everything in like 4 or 5 hours. And I had like the cat coming through, seeing what was up with these noises a lot of the time. So I was stopping. So I feel like I might have been able to get through it even a little quicker than that. That being said, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I want to play this with my lady. I want to race her in some beach buggy. I would rather do, maybe not rather, but it has a lot more than Mario Kart ZX. Because Mario Kart ZX, there's like nothing to unlock. I got no reason to keep playing unless I want to play online. With Beach Buggy Racing, I want to keep going back. I want to keep unlocking the things. I have incentive to go back and get these stars. It's a good time.
Hey man, that's high praise, and I mean this game definitely does deserve praise. And one thing that I didn't actually get to do, but I do want to mention with Beach Buggy Racing, is it has split screen local multiplayer.
That's a huge deal.
Which is super cool, man. Like being able to like take the Switch with you, and then boom, like it's split screens. Like yeah, it might be a little bit small, but just the fact that it can do it, super helpful. So like yes, thank you guys. This game's a lot of fun. Go check out Beach Buggy Racing, like for sure.
Absolutely. So 4.5 out of 5. Dig it. On to the next one. Now this, I'm not a sports guy. Okay, it's RBI Baseball. Now I am not a sports guy. Definitely not a baseball guy, unless I'm going to go hang out at a game, and even that's a little sketchy for me.
Okay.
You're a baseball fan though, aren't you?
I do like baseball, man. I have a good time like watching a baseball game.
The TV.
On the TV in person, like I can do either one. I do like to talk during a game though, so it helps if I have somebody who's like into it like with me. But I have a good time with it.
Names, stats, things like that.
Yeah, I just have a good time. I feel like you have to because baseball can be sometimes a little bit of a slow burn type of sport.
That's the thing. That's why I like wrestling.
That's absolutely.
I need the entertainment aspect fulfilled first.
Absolutely correct, sir. I understand. But RBI Baseball, I did used to play back in the day. I used to play Ken Griffey Jr.'s baseball on Nintendo 64, with a passion. I would take my team from season to season, and I would have a good time with that game. I really got into it. So I did play like the show on PS4. When that came out in PS3.
I remember that, yeah.
That was cool too. And I've never really played the RBI series once they brought it back. And if you want to play a baseball game on the Switch, this is kind of like one of your only choices at the moment. I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, Internet at SwitchITUP Show. I believe this is the only baseball game that you can play right now. That being said, I'm a little disappointed with this. You only really have a couple options. You have exhibition. I think you have head-to-head, and the other one is season. It's cool that they give you a season mode. I like that. But I'm kind of surprised that there's no online, that there's no create a player or anything like that. And one thing, I say this a lot, although usually I say it in a positive way. There's no announcements when the players come up to bat. They just show up, and all the players are licensed. Like you see their names and everything. So they say like strike one, but like you can't announce the player when they come up to bat. Like I don't know, it really kind of takes me out of it. I also I have a little bit of a gripe with the controls for this game. I felt like fielding was super difficult, being able to, because you had to like hit the throw button, and then you also had to use the left stick to kind of indicate where it was going to. It was a little strange. When you're fielding, I would rather just like the three, like each button correspond to a base. Like home is where home is, first is first, second is second, third is third. It would have been a lot easier because there's really not that many button things you can do. You can dive, you can jump when you're fielding. But what I ended up doing was I just turned on the auto fielders so they would kind of get into position a little bit quicker. Because this is another one of those baseball games in like the vein of the show where you really need to, you need to keep your eye on the ball. So you're either going to love that or hate that. I kind of wish it was a little bit more arcadey. I probably would have had a little bit more fun with it. That being said, I'm probably about like halfway through the game once I started to pick up the rhythm of like, hitting and pitching. Like I did have a good time. I went into the I went into the end of the game. I was the Yankees, and I played the Indians. And it was like the 8th inning, and I was up 7-2. And they ended up almost. They came up. They made it 7-6 in the last 2 innings. So like I did like how the computer kind of like picked up the pace a little bit, made it a little bit more difficult for me. It did get more exciting towards the end, but the controls kind of put me off of it a little bit. I'm really angry about like them not announcing the names. I feel like the details are what's really important to people who get into sports games. I don't really get into a lot of sports games or anything like that, but when I do play a baseball game, like I want the whole experience of like kind of being at the ballpark. That being said, also the crowd animation is like horrible. You can't really see people's face. Not that I need to see everyone's face, but I want the crowd to kind of look like a crowd, and it didn't really look like that to me.
No, there were some graphical problems here with the game. One of the things that I thought was really cool is that when I started this, it said that it was updating the roster.
Yeah, I thought that was actually really cool.
That's amazing, because normally they would just expect you to go buy another game or customize it yourself to make the roster look the way you want it to, if players, switch all that. That being said, I feel like because it doesn't have any of that custom ability, it's probably losing like points for me. Like if you're that into sports, that into MLB, you would probably want to have all those customizable options. You would want to be able to indicate different ball throws when you're the pitcher. It's a very arcadey game, but not quite arcadey enough.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, I wish I had, like, one of those meters that came up and down to show my swing instead of just, like, hope that you can finally time it right.
Yeah.
And because that seemed to be all it was. Like, once you get the timing right of when you need to do it, you're fine.
Yeah.
And it just kind of goes if it's going to go. That's all right. But like you said, fielding was difficult. I had a difficult time with that as well. It just played a little hard, but it was easy to pick up and go. Again, though, it's like it was hard to play though a little bit. So yeah. I would probably give this like a 3.5.
Yeah, I'd probably be closer to the 3. I mean, if this game, like you nailed it on the head, it's arcadey, but it's not arcadey enough. If I would have had the pitch meter to tell like how hard I'm throwing the ball, if I was batting and I would have had like a cursor, and then like as the pitch comes in,
you
like
choose between like 4 different pitches.
Yeah, like make it. Yeah, and I mean you can pick a couple different, but it's like you can't really tell what you're picking, and
Yeah,
like,
I couldn't tell. I had no idea.
Just make it like an arcade fun baseball game, and I'll have a great time with it. Like it doesn't need to be super accurate, especially if you're gonna drop like the names. Just make it just like a fun throwback game, which I feel like it's what it's trying to do. It just doesn't do it as well.
Almost there.
That being said, the more I played it, it got better. But it just like I don't know, it just didn't leave me. It felt like it could have been really good, and it just wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be.
Right there with you, fam.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Right there with you. But let us know what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know your thoughts on any of these games. Let the developers know. Get at them on Twitter as well, because they are going to be on our Twitter. We're going to tag them in this episode. They'll also be in our show notes. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's been episode 17 of the Switch It Up show. I have been your host, Seth Trev. He has been our friend Glenn. He's at From the Crib. Join us at the Preachcast. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at Switch It Up Show. For everybody else, ladies and gentlemen, we want to remind you that if things ever start to get boring, you can always switch it up.